I mentioned earlier that we have a dynamic panel with us this morning. You met Justin earlier, but Justin DeWin is a senior developer and part owner of Atomic Object. He mentioned earlier, a 40-person software design and development consultancy with offices in Grand Rapids and here, the Detroit office. They build web, mobile, and embedded software products for clients ranging from startups to the Fortune 500. Justin created his first mobile application July of 2008 and was instrumental in moving Atomic Object into the business of mobile product development. And before joining Atomic Object, he attended Grand Valley State University and graduated with a BS in Information Systems. He is also a member of the International Honor Society Upsilon Pi Epsilon. Thank you, Justin, for joining us this afternoon. Next to Justin is Greg Nasto. Greg Nasto is the founder and managing partner of Mousetrap Group, LLC, a full-service digital marketing agency that develops corporate mobile strategies, mobile applications, text marketing communications programs, as well as social media strategy. Greg is a lifelong entrepreneur with a 20-year track record of achievement that includes the successful startup of 7 technology-based businesses. Prior to Mousetrap, Greg co-founded Concierge LLC, guest MVP in 2004, which is the sports industry's first interactive touchscreen guest experience developed for venue suites and club sections. Thank you, Greg Nasto. Last but certainly not least, we are being joined by Paul Chambers, an entrepreneur since 5th grade. Paul Chambers is the CEO and founder of Core 3 Solutions. And when I was researching the panelists this afternoon, I went to their respective, just social media sites just to get some information about them myself. And Paul had the funniest Twitter page in his description of who he is. He said that he is a superhero by night. I would like to give more information about that. And if you go to his Twitter page, you'll see he has a cape on his picture and he is flying through the air. So Core 3
creativity.
Very creative. Core 3 Solutions is a digital marketing agency and managed IT solutions provider in southeastern Michigan. In addition to his daily duties at Core 3, Paul is involved in a number of startups and early growth stage companies that range from online proposal software to mobile auto dealership marketing and even healthcare consulting and advocacy. Paul has been recognized by Crain's Detroit Business as a 20 in their 20s. In his spare time, Paul loves to spend time with his wife and 3-year-old twin daughters. Wow. God bless you. Okay, let's all give a round of applause to our 3 panelists. And Linda is going to moderate. Feel free to either ask your questions directly to our panel here, or we have some index cards as well if you would like to write your question down, and I will pass it along to Linda.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you guys for being here. All of these companies are members of MTAM, and we're very proud of them. They all do excellent work, and we're happy to recommend them, and we love to showcase them whenever we get the opportunity. So the first thing I want to do is I want to have each of our panelists just give you a 5-minute description of their company, as well as a synopsis of the area that they've been brought here to talk about today. So Paul is going to talk about mobile websites, Greg is going to talk about text marketing, and Justin is going to talk about mobile apps. So they're just going to give you some brief overviews of each of those areas, and then I'm going to have some questions that I'll go through with them, and then we'll open it up to your questions. Okay? So Paul, why don't we start with you?
Okay. Is it easier if I grab a microphone, or can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
We're good? Everybody's good? Perfect. So I'm so passionate about mobile. I carry 2 cell phones. One's an iPhone, one's an Android. The truth is, one, so my wife can find me anytime. That's kind of the real reason. But I'll try and talk for 5 minutes about it, but I don't think it's going to be a total 5. We'll get as much as we can. I started building websites in 1997, and that was back in the day when you just had to have a website. And it wasn't until a few years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, we started taking mobile seriously. Back when we started building websites, everybody had really big flip phones, and so much has changed in the last 16 years since I've been doing this. The good news is, if you don't have a mobile website right now, you're not behind, because even Apple Computer, who created the iPhone, doesn't have a mobile-friendly website yet. Even Apple Computer doesn't deliver mobile-friendly emails, email newsletters, and email updates to their developers, which is an amazing thing to me. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I posted this recently. I'm so confused as to why Apple hasn't even developed a mobile strategy yet. So you're not behind. You're not even behind the world's wealthiest company if you don't have a mobile strategy together yet. However, something we'll talk about here today and taking it seriously. So much has changed even in the last 6 months on developing mobile sites that we're starting to continue to evolve the way we look at things. When customers come to us now at Core 3 Solutions and what we do from a digital marketing standpoint, advising our customers on the best digital marketing strategies, we take mobile as a very serious component of that. And so that's where we look at a holistic overview of their website, their mobile strategy, email marketing, and mobile is a very big component of that. If you're like some people I talk to on the phone, when I ask you the question, is a mobile website or a mobile online site part of your strategy? Sometimes people come back to me and say, no, it's not. I'll ask if you start to change that answer, because it really does need to be, and that's what we start to focus on for our clients. Focus on adaptive and responsive designs from a mobile standpoint, and we can dive into a little bit further about what that means. But essentially, that's having taking your main website and allowing it to be able to scale down on a mobile device without having two separate sites. So what we do every day, though, is help our customers build those strategies and execute on those strategies from a digital marketing standpoint. So I know I kind of segued and strayed a little bit on the description there, but I don't want to give away all the secrets just yet. So people stick around.
Greg?
Thanks. Linda asked me to talk about SMS messaging, and it's really, so much of it is about communications. It's what we react to and how we communicate. I founded my first company a little over 20 years ago, Kennan Worldwide, and we were one of the first competitive local phone companies. And I had been in the phone business. I got into divestiture in '84, but it was about communications. And I remember in '94, we started one of the first internet companies locally. And trying to get people on the internet at the time was a challenge, because they would say, well, what's this internet? I says, well, you get email and there's this thing called Yahoo. And they're like, well, what's Yahoo? I says, well, you can pull stuff up. And they're like, wow, I don't know if I want that, because we have a facsimile machine. So that's how we communicate. I don't know if I want this. And we see how it's evolved, because today we've tuned the inbox out, because we're inundated with it. I get probably on a daily basis 700 emails. And most people in my position have that same issue. Or we have an executive assistant that weeds through our materials for us, so that communication today becomes really inefficient. In a mobile world, we work with, on the SMS side, we work with some of the largest businesses in town. They're utilizing our technology to not only communicate with their customers, but also communicate with their sales force and their employees. We use mobility to communicate with communities throughout the state of Michigan. We provide text alert programs to any community in the state of Michigan that wants them, free of charge. We also provide them a free mobile app of their community at no cost. Because one of the things that we feel is the highest value of mobile, and if you've seen why Facebook stock has driven in the last 3 to 4 weeks, it's because Zuckerberg agreed 6 months ago that he failed in mobile. He absolutely failed. He said we had one of the worst apps, we had this, we had that. We failed it. But he realizes that mobile advertising is what's going to draw it because we're engaged with it. We provide our applications to these communities because we own the sponsorship inventory. And it's much greater than a banner ad like what we presume it is, but our company's been able to really focus and put sponsorship within the SMS message, because as Linda said in her thing, and actually the number's a little tighter, is about 95% of opt-in messages itself are read in about 2 minutes or less. So if you want to get somebody's attention, it's within that text message. We debate on the application side of the house and with app developers about, oh, push messaging is this, that, and that. But at the end of the day, our ears are tuned to our text tone. We grab it. 1 out of 4 relationships today ends via text. I know what you're thinking, and it's true. Whatever you're thinking. But it is. But I'm going to give you a couple of instances of what you're not thinking of. In the last 3 weeks, I had 1 employee quit via text, and I terminated an employee via text. Those are relationships. And I know what you guys were thinking, but that happens too. And for the app developers, if we can get a new drop-down box that says "It's not you, it's me," that would really, really be helpful.
I'm sure it exists.
Businesses are utilizing, Linda talks about mobile marketing, but communications. We have large companies that distribute products to thousands of retail customers. And these are small businesses that aren't in their office all day long. These are working people working behind the counters of their retail stores and places like that. And we talk about efficiencies as our salespeople. We're trained to make 50 cold calls a day. We've got to hammer the phones. We got to do this. We got to do that. But within an opt-in market, we can reach thousands and tens of thousands of people with a driven message that says, click here to order now, or to contact your rep. Because we can drive it right there. Very cost efficient. Because the cost of labor is expensive. Emails are falling into the inbox. But what we do with mobile today is much greater, and it's become a huge communication source. You have a question?
Yeah, real quick. From a text, like an email blast versus a text blast.
Yes.
Right now, are there companies out there right now that offer that service for text?
Yeah, we do it.
You
And
do it?
yeah,
Okay.
most of our clients, and not most, but a lot of our clients are state associations. We work within municipal government factors. And when you look at email open rates, and this is a great topic, I spoke on it a couple of weeks ago at a conference, and when you look at your open rates, we're struggling to get 20 to 30% on an email campaign. And if you get 30%, you need to hug everybody in that room because somebody did something right. There needs to be a group hug. Okay? Falling into that same thing, when people opt in, you just can't spread the love the way we want to do it with email. It doesn't work that way. You've got to be opted in. We're seeing on email open rates now 65% within 5 minutes. And we're fortunate now because our email marketing programs like MailChimp and those companies now are building things so they really sit well within mobile. So from an effective standpoint, for the few pennies it costs to send out an SMS message, it's well worth it. And it's worth it from the standpoint because we're also able to incorporate sponsor-driven messages in the body of that SMS, or additional, hey, don't forget to sign up for our golf outing or our charity function, because you've got, about 115, 114 characters to work with, because you still got to have your opt-out messaging in there. But very, very, very highly effective communications today, and it's something that we strongly recommend. Get your message out.